We have returned.
Woo, baby!
I'm back.
I'm back too.
Hey,
Sure.
whatever works, you know.
I'm Peck.
I'm Petrie.
I'm Chris, and welcome to, a Survivor Series preview.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We have some very interesting news.
As preview as you can get.
The reign of Rollins is over due to a torn ACL suffered in Dublin. 6 to 9 month recovery. Honestly, that doesn't seem long enough for an ACL injury. I mean, I know, circumstances of a tear, but the thing is, if it's only a partial tear, that's actually worse than a full tear. That's going to affect stability in other ligaments. That's going to affect the other knee as well, because he's going to overcompensate. Due to his style, I think we're going to have to see him change things up a little bit, and for a wrestler like him, it's kind of more of a little bit of a spot guy. I think that's going to be bad, but...
Oh, no doubt.
Obviously,
no doubt.
6 to 9 months recovery. Fans, if it was Brock Lesnar, they probably wouldn't care, because he's enough of a draw that, he wasn't on, 3 pay-per-views when he was champion, and no one seemed to care. But being that he's going to be out that long, we are going to have a tournament at Survivor Series to crown a new World Heavyweight Champion. Which, I'm just going to call it the WWE title. Enough. We know it's the world title. You barely have anybody there that qualifies as a heavyweight anymore, it seems like.
Right, yeah. I mean...
But really, my question is, with Cena taking some time off, with Orton probably maybe needing surgery on his shoulder, with Lesnar working limited dates, with Taker being a part-time guy, who do you guys think is going to win? Because this is going to be really interesting to see. They haven't released who's going to be in the tournament yet, but just based on
matches,
storylines and everything, I really don't know what you could do.
You just need a tournament. You just need, titles up for grabs. And, technically, everything would stop.
The question is, do you start the hot-shotting of Roman Reigns now, or do you make us wait to have him push down our throats, or you just do it to us now? I don't want to ever see that.
You do it now because, everyone, in the last, 10 years has always had, a title run. There's, the precursor to, the main title run, Sheamus.
Edge had a short one, although Sheamus was pretty decent.
Yeah, but, it wasn't as,
Orton's was short.
The Miz... Brian.
But at the same time, Seth Rollins, he's going on a good bit. He's been champion since Mania.
Right.
So it doesn't always, that's not a hard and fast rule. That's with guys they're not sure of, like Swagger and whatnot, and then we see them de-pushed and off the card. Del Rio's first run was brief, but honestly, I feel like the only person they could maybe put it on right now is Bray Wyatt. I think he's the strongest character they have going.
Yeah, I love to see that.
I would too. I think... Honestly, I think it's a little post-mature. I think it's a little too late. It's great that they're building him up now, but this should have happened before. I don't really feel like... Well, then, of course, we still have the cash-in from Sheamus imminent, too. And I don't know how they're going to handle that, either. That's another variable that throws this completely crazy.
Exactly.
Because we could very well see Roman Reigns win and have Sheamus decapitate him with a brogue kick.
This is Deadly Games Part 2, man. I love it.
I don't really care. I wasn't really happy with Seth Rollins' title reign to begin with. I don't think he really did much of consequence. I think they fed him Cena and Sting to kind of make him appear stronger, but at the same time, he had Cena defeat him for the U.S. title for no reason in a match that he shouldn't have cared about.
Yeah, but man,
it was so botched.
I love one-night tournaments, though. I love one-night tournaments.
Don't get me wrong. They're very, very exciting, but I just feel that they don't really have the depth of competition of something like a lot of the other promotion, well, not TNA, but if the G1 Climax, for example, they're able to keep us interested over that long because the match quality is there. I feel like this is going to be bad. This isn't going to be King of the Ring where it ended with RVD and Brock Lesnar and they had a series. Remember that pay-per-view where they had 3 or 4 really good King of the Ring matches? Where you had the 2 qualifiers where it was Jericho and Test, Lesnar, or no, it was Jericho and Test and Lesnar, and RVD and Jericho, those? That was a really solid tournament. This I feel like we're going to get Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev in the Who Gives a Shit match.
Wouldn't this be a good time for them to have quality wrestling and great matches?
Because they're not going to.
They won't.
No, they can't.
It's possible that you can throw 2 guys together. If you put Chris Jericho in the ring with anybody, he's going to have a good match.
Wouldn't this be like the brass ring situation? It'll give Vince McMahon and Triple H an opportunity to watch to see what stars can come out of this?
No, because they don't care about that, evidently. Yeah. And the new guys they have, they only end up going so far. I don't think we're going to see Cesaro get much out of this. I don't think we're going to see...
I don't care what people say. It's just not there. He doesn't have charisma. It's just, it's not there. It's physical in the ring, but You can't talk.
I don't like the jumping uppercuts and everything. I think it's stupid. I think trying to make him too much of a luchador takes away from what he is. And that's a power wrestler, and that's a very good heavyweight competitor with main event talent that shouldn't be resorting to all these spots. I don't think Dean Ambrose is going to get any bump out of this. I don't think Bad News Barrett, he's just recently back from an injury. He's still down on like that Stardust level. I don't think anything's going to happen with him. I don't think Neville's going to get anything out of this. This is really only going to benefit your previous world champions. Like, they're going to throw Del Rio in there, get him some more reps in main event level matches.
What about the guy who used to be in the Bullet Club? The guy with the face paint or whatever.
Devitt.
The guy that... Oh, God. I don't think they'll call him up for this. No, because he's the only thing really holding down NXT right now. Because don't forget, NXT just lost Tyler Breeze to the main roster. Not that he's much of a loss, but, there's no one...
I watched him. I wasn't impressed at all.
Guy. Well, I watched him wrestle Devin.
We did, yeah. Oh, wasn't that horrible?
With either one of them. It's like he forgot how to wrestle from Japan to here.
They hold him back, I think, a lot of times, too.
And, there's a lot of guys that, I'm sorry, it doesn't look right in the WWE ring. It doesn't look right on a global scale. Samoa Joe, no. Maybe in his prime. Maybe in 2008, Samoa Joe and WWE would have worked. Now...
It's too late.
Fat guy in a t-shirt. I mean,
right.
No one cares, except for the hardcore wrestling fans.
Breaks
Kevin
my
Owens...
heart.
I don't see Kevin Owens as being even a legitimate Intercontinental level guy. Yeah, he has the belt, but that doesn't mean he deserves it.
They won't. I don't think they'll put the title on him.
He's not polished. No, they won't.
Dolph Ziggler would be your guy to put the title on.
No, I don't think.
Well, wouldn't that make sense? He's been around for God knows how long.
Well, they've tried it. They put the World Heavyweight title on him, and fan reception to him has just been so lukewarm lately. There's nothing that makes you get behind him. Like, he's kind of like mid-90s Shawn Michaels face run without any of the charisma. He tries so hard, but there's just something not likable about him. You remember when fans turned on Michaels at Survivor Series and started rooting for Sid and kind of started hating Shawn Michaels a little bit?
Yeah.
That's been Dolph Ziggler for his entire career. Like, he never really got to that point where he was so likable.
Remember Survivor Series?
Ziggler was over.
Yeah, when he was in the IC title hunt, whenever he was right before he won his first world title, but he got it and then nothing happened.
Hey man, the Raw after WrestleMania 29, man, the
Raw after WrestleMania 29 is one of those weird, bizarro worlds where anything can happen the night after WrestleMania, and then they either abandon their new little toy or they stop giving a shit completely, and nothing happens with those guys. Yeah, that crowd's always hot for those those post Raws, but personally, those are some of my least favorite Raws ever because they just get hijacked by the hipster indie fans. That's all they are. They latch on to the new flavor of the month. It doesn't last. And a lot of the stuff that we see then is only designed to keep them alive for a couple of months until SummerSlam, or it just doesn't end up getting any continuity. He was hot then, yeah, but look how fast it fizzled. 4 months down the road, did anybody think Dolph Ziggler was the legitimate main eventer anymore? No. Same with Miz. Remember Miz leading up into WrestleMania? You needed The Rock to save him. Get into that. Miz is champion for another month, loses to Cena at King of the Ring. Over. I mean, it's kind of... I don't really know... The other question is, how long is this person going to be champion? Till the Rumble? Till Mania? Are we going to have to? Are we going to have one half of the Mania main event set up for the Royal Rumble winner, and have maybe have Reigns win the Rumble? Which I don't want to see.
Well, how many people are going to be in this tournament? You think?
That's what I want to know.
I think 8.
I think that's
probably
enough.
8. I think 8's enough.
Because you think 4 matches in the first round, 2 in the second, 1 final.
Well, possible participants. We probably know Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns.
I'd say Kevin Owens probably.
Probably. Cesaro maybe.
What about that weird guy?
Bray Wyatt?
No, that one with the weird hair, looks like Flying Brian or whatever.
That's Dean Ambrose.
Did you say him already?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, he doesn't really look like Flying Brian. He
reminds
me of a lighter Flying Brian without the wrestling talent.
I think you're going to have a wild card guy, too. Just somebody random that you wouldn't think would be in it will be in it.
Barrett. I mean, that'd be nice. I'd like to see Barrett win the whole thing, but they won't give him a serious enough gimmick. Or let him actually wrestle enough, or him to stay healthy enough.
Yeah.
Miz isn't going to be in it. Maybe Ryback, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, he's probably...
It's possible, but I don't know if he even necessarily makes the 8 in an injury-plagued field.
Probably Del Rio.
Maybe. It's not going to be Taker and Kane. I know that. They're not going to be in it. I think Bray Wyatt's going to emerge as a favorite, and then he's going to get upset in some way. You
think it's just going to be a tournament the whole pay-per-view, or are they going to have survival series
matches? They'll have survival matches, too, because even 8 matches is... 4 singles matches.
Well, it depends how long you do, too. If it's 25 minutes apiece. If
if
they're entertaining matches, no.
They'll be 10, 15 minutes tops, your opening round matches.
Yeah. Because I'd like to see some quality wrestling, but it's just impossible anymore, I think. at least on like a lot of the television stuff, with all the companies. We don't even on pay-per-views.
There'll be 6 total matches.
Yeah.
For that.
We need better wrestling.
Usually have 8 or 9. We have a women's title match and then probably 1 survival match. So that probably would be the whole pay-per-view.
That's what I hate about Survivor Series. Why aren't there survival matches?
Because there's not enough of a roster.
There's so many guys there.
Well, the other problem, though, is, too, how are you going to make enough feuds for 10 total people? Like, how are you going to do that?
You don't need to. You just have one team against the other, and there's a reason.
But I mean, like, how are you going to come up with a reason for 5-on-5? Like, how are you going to put together 5 really disparate characters on each team and come up with a reason for them to feud?
Sometimes you just don't have to. You just have one guy.
Just have a match.
You can have 2 guys that don't like each other.
They overthink this. They
do
overthink everything.
But I mean, back in the day, you didn't have to.
Challenger wants the belt. Champion has the belt. Rivalry is set up. Rivalry gets broadened by what happens during the match. Story gets told in the ring. 30-35 minute match. Performance dictates the rivalry continuing. WWE, I have to run over your dog with my car. You hate me, I hate you, let's fight.
Well, it was simple back in the day. Andre hated Hogan, vice versa. Here's my gang, here's your gang, let's see what happens. Yeah. Why can't they do that now? I mean,
they tried. They did that on a small scale with the Wyatts and the Shield, and that was okay for a while. That was a good angle. Now that everybody has their own singles career, really hard to do that.
Or are you going to think the Wyatts will be against the... You were talking about this earlier.
Well, see, here's the problem, though. What I don't know is... The only thing I can think of happening is... Bray Wyatt attacked The Undertaker after The Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Then he beat up Kane the next night on Raw. They carried them away and whatnot, claimed that he was going to steal their power. The only thing I can think of, with there being 4 members of the Wyatts, and then say you take Taker and Kane and give them Sting, what if Wyatt gets put in the tournament, and then Taker, Kane, and Sting face the other 3 Wyatts at Survivor Series? Because their captain, so to speak, would be in the tournament.
Kind of defeats the purpose then.
It would. I mean, you kind of would have to have a 4th to level that out, but that would be the only thing I can think of that would make it viable to put him in the tournament as a name, because there aren't a whole lot of other people that you can put in there without devaluing it to the point of like putting a Miz in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
I mean, they'll probably put Ziggler in, they'll probably put Rusev in. But I mean, we're really short on legitimate faces in this. That's the problem. You have a lot of guys that get a lukewarm reaction at best. Because Roman Reigns, they still hate.
Well, what about Samoa Joe? Would they put him in it?
I don't think. Yeah. I think it's too soon. I think a lot of these guys, they go to NXT thinking, great, I'll work 6 months there, I'll get called up to the main roster and go from there. No,
they have
Rhino. See how long some of these guys stay in NXT.
They do have Rhino, though. I mean, he's been around a while. That could be like your wild card guy.
You need the shock.
You need some established people that have been there or something. I mean, just to throw in there. But it depends on how many guys you're going to put in.
That's the problem. You're not going to put Brock Lesnar in there because it's just going to be a 6-match tournament of people being fed to Brock Lesnar.
Well,
basically, I mean, it's going to be 3 opponents getting killed.
Maybe some surprise entrance. Maybe Gilbert.
Well,
yeah, maybe Goldberg.
Gobbledygooker.
Yeah, by the way, you remember the last tournament that you thought Sid Vicious was going to be in?
I was so mad.
Goldberg?
I was so mad because I thought he was coming back in '98.
I'm still bitter about that.
I'm like, Sid's going to kill Mankind.
But I mean, really, there's nobody, there's no signing they can get right now that they could get done in enough time. I would honestly like to see Chris Jericho in there because you throw the belt on him, enough good things could happen.
Well, let's get the solid 8 of who we think is going to be in it. Jericho?
No, that's wishful thinking.
Well, let's say he... Are we going to say yes or no with him, you think? Should he be in it?
Just because there's so much of a lack of star power, I say yes, but I don't think he will.
How about this? 8 people that you think should be in it.
8 people that... Well, no, 8 people that I think will be in it,
okay.
I think are going to be Roman Reigns,
okay.
Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Rusev, Ziggler, Cesaro, Kevin Owens. Number 8 is hard for me. I don't.
Wild card.
That's your wild card. Could be a return. Could be a mystery. Could be whatever.
RVD doesn't like to travel during the winter. I would say him.
It could be Sin Cara.
Could be Alberto Del Rio.
He's still part of the Loser Dragons. No, it's not going to be Sin Cara.
One of the vaudevillians.
He got beat in 20 minutes.
It's going to be Shane McMahon.
I don't even know who half of these people are. I'd pull for Shane the whole way.
Forrest Whitaker. No, Forrest Griffin. That's what I meant to say.
Forrest Whitaker. That would be a heck of a...
Forrest Whitaker.
I meant to say Forrest Griffin.
That'd be the funniest debut ever. Ladies and gentlemen, Forrest Whitaker.
As his character in Street Kings. The least threatening gang runner I've ever seen who begged and pleaded for his life before he got shot in his living room in front of his fireplace. Maybe that's not how he died. Number 8.
The Rock?
Ronda Rousey.
No, we're so short on people.
Ronda Rousey, that would be entertaining.
Oh, that'd be unbelievable.
She's like, I'm here. I told you I was coming.
I think, honest to God, we're so low on people. Big Show.
Yeah, I could see them doing that.
I think we have such a shit cast. That's what it's going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's come down to.
We literally, I think we're going to end with some horrible, and as much as I don't want to see it because I don't like either one of them, Ambrose and Reigns final. And I think we're going to see one of them turn face and one of them turn heel, and I'm not going to care which one.
So we're thinking like a tournament, maybe 2 survival matches, and then a women's match? Is that, do you think?
If that. Okay. The thing is, too, the women's thing, they're expanding to what? 2-3 women's matches a night sometimes? So we'll probably have a group women's match and maybe a single women's match, too. I don't know how they're going to do that. Because there's this whole cluster with the 3 teams that I didn't even know were randomly put together. Team PCP, Team Bella, and Team, I don't even care.
Yeah, no one really knows.
I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy.
It doesn't matter. We're wasting time on that segment if we talk about that.
I used to love Survivor Series so much because of the team concept. But now it's just like...
It was the ultimate of team competition.
It was.
Well, that, and think about how devalued the entire roster has been. Because, we have names that used to be bigger names in 2009. Now we're just so lukewarm on them. We don't care if they live or die, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, it's hard. I think so many characters have been done before. It's so hard to recreate something different. I mean, think about it.
Well, that and the point like where having Sting doesn't feel like a luxury. It feels like a desperation.
It feels like TNA again. Yeah. It feels like TNA again. Where he's getting hurt and he's avoiding wrestling.
And we're not making new stars.
No one's allowed to thrive. That's like the main problem.
That is an issue. That is under Triple H, that has been an issue. I'm not going to dispute that at all. A lot of these guys that have gotten pop, have gotten push and everything from fans, have gotten one little run or not gotten any run at all, and then just been really, really misused. Or a lot of these NXT guys, they're in the wilderness. Adam Rose, wasn't he a former NXT champion? What is he doing? Adrian Neville, he's feuding with Stardust. Why are you still feuding with Stardust? That guy's horrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cody Rhodes, not bad. Stardust, what are we doing here?
Well, I mean, NXT...
If you have legitimate wrestling ability, you shouldn't be feuding with him still.
When people say that NXT, though, is where these guys thrive, I don't know. I don't really watch that much. I've watched it 3 times.
Well, the problem with that is there's such a difference from the amount that's being asked of them. They're being allowed to wrestle 25-minute matches. They're not being asked to do promos. They're not being asked to do this.
All natural.
Then they have to go and work a 10-minute Raw match.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do. You can only get in so many moves, especially if you're going to be the loser on Raw. A lot of those matches not very competitive. I've seen Mark Henry look like a little girl against people.
I can't believe he's still employed.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
You know what, though? I liked his Hall of Pain, kind of run there when he had the world title. Because it's like, okay, this is what I expect someone of this size and that strength to be able to do to people. He's killing the Big Show. Believable.
I thought he would have been gone years ago. I thought by 2004.
You've wanted him to be gone since 94. You have held a grudge.
Well, he came in 96, and it was horrendous then.
It
was awful then. The guy didn't even show up on this...
He got hurt.
Didn't even show up in the Survivor Series. He showed up for that one whatever match he had, and then he didn't come... He goes hurt for the Survivor Series. He was hurt almost the whole year, and he comes back in late 97, joins the Nation, and then, he does his thing, and then he gets hurt again. I mean, the guy's been hurt more, I think, than healthy.
The big problem here is, is this just going to be a continuation of the 3 guys from The Shield getting all the bump, and then Seth Rollins feuds with them when he comes back? I don't want to see that. I don't care. I'm sick of all 3 of them, honestly. I don't care. Yeah, okay, it might end up being a successful trio that wins world titles like, Triple H, Batista, and Orton without any of the star power.
Here's a question I have, too, with this. Are there going to be qualifying matches, or you think they'll just be announced the name?
Oh, I think they'll have to do qualifying matches because they have to do...
When is it?
Survivor Series. The tournament's at Survivor Series.
November 22nd on pay-per-view.
Oh, so we got time. Oh, they can build it up.
We're going to have some matches here to put these people in it because otherwise, why do you watch Raw? Your current storylines are going to have to be put on hold here because there's not a whole lot you can do.
Right.
You're working with limited people, and a lot of these feuds... Kevin Owens and Ryback didn't even deserve a third match. I don't know why it's getting one. Or is this is a third. Yeah. I mean, there's only so often people are going to care about that.
Yeah, I know. I mean...
And then, Del Rio and Cena, are they going to get another match with Cena taking time off? Are they going to, ask him to delay it? I mean, if he delays his time off, he'll be my pick for 8th over the Big Show.
Yeah, Big Show, I mean, I think we're kind of at the end with that,
But I mean, the worst part is, isn't that pick legitimate? Like, doesn't that make sense with the way their mind operates and the dearth of star power? I mean, my God, they had him face Brock Lesnar at the MSG show because they couldn't find anybody else.
I don't know why they do things the way they do. I mean, it just seems like they overcomplicate so much.
Yeah.
Of everything.
They're trying to
Yeah.
push too many people at the same time without having a clear plan for each of them. And it's like, okay, if he can't go this far, we have to have some things for him to do where we can eventually build him up to that level while someone else has the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Bad News Barrett can't win the world title this year, but are there some angles that we can give this guy where he's feuding with some names?
Why waste the time with him if you're not going to do anything with him? That's what
that's
I
the
don't
problem.
get,
They
too.
do that with a lot of people. And then half the time, the worst part is they end up putting a world title on this guy, and then, they're jobbing out third match of the card on Raw.
I don't get it.
And I'm having to wonder, is this guy going to be in the Hall of Fame one day? Because he won the world title, and to me, that's a pretty good litmus test as to whether you get in the Hall of Fame or not.
Yeah.
Think of all the guys that have won the WWF title that are in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't understand why they dropped the ball with so many people. I just don't understand. Maybe they just don't have enough confidence in them, I guess.
Or misplaced confidence in them.
Yeah, that could be true, too. And, behind the scenes, too, a lot of politics.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do we have a winner of this tournament? Do we have any idea who's going to win, you think?
If it weren't for the whole Taker Kane thing looming over it, I would say Bray Wyatt, but I don't think they're smart enough to know what to do with him yet.
Okay.
I think they're going to give him his title reign probably in another year or so, and it's not going to be what it should have been.
Man,
I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't think
this company is just.
I don't think they're going to put it on Roman Reigns. I think they might throw a curveball and make it Dean Ambrose. As much as I don't want that, I'm gonna pick Ambrose.
Then maybe in a couple of months, maybe you can have Reigns versus Ambrose versus Rollins for the title.
Unless they turn, but I don't even want to see that. I don't care. They already did that. Unless they turn Reigns heel, because I don't see heel Ambrose giving him that much of a bump. I mean, he'd be good at it. But it's like, okay, you're basically the new Seth Rollins now. It's not that new. It's already been done by one other member of your group. Big deal.
Yeah.
He's not going to work with Triple H. I wouldn't see that happening, but it's just I don't think it would get as much of a reception. I mean, they're really struggling here. But the other thing is, too, who cares? They have the luxury. What do they have to go up against? TNA? No. ROH? No. Their nearest competition in terms of actual wrestling is New Japan, and that's not doing, big business over here as much as I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically competing with themselves and, box office be damned at this point.
I know. And no one's stepped up either. No company has stepped up to WWE yet.
And none will.
I don't see it for a while, but comparing it to like New Japan, it could be a great, they can do it, but it's going to take a long time. They're going to have to get on American television.
I do have one brief question for you guys. And I've been mulling over this a little bit too.
Okay.
How much of a draw do you think Seth Rollins is in relation to what Survivor Series buy rates would have been with him on the card and the tournament? Comparing them. What do you guys think?
Probably better off with the tournament. I just don't see this guy as a moneymaker.
Well, that and the fact is, was the matchup of Reigns and Rollins that unappealing? I didn't want to see it.
There's nothing, a lot of these guys, there's just nothing that would make me want to go buy a ticket. And it's not because I'm older, it's just because I'm not interested.
I mean, I've watched Seth Rollins in the ring, and I can't critique a lot of his in-ring work except for his switch to the pedigree, and I understand they did that for the whole head injury concern awareness thing, and since he was, a public face, they didn't want him to use the curb stomp because they didn't want kids imitating it or something to that nature, and the fact that the wrestlers probably didn't enjoy having their head kicked in either.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't a picnic for them.
I just feel like it's forced. His promos and a lot of the other things, he's not a name that I instantly look at and think, yeah. Now, does he look good with the belt? Yeah, I could see a company making him their world champion and whatnot, and, maybe it working out a little bit, but I don't see him getting to that level of star power. The man he basically lost to Cena and then beat Sting in the same night, which is a backhanded compliment if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, I don't understand a lot of those.
In your second match of the night, you beat a 55-year-old. In your first match, you lost to the Eater of Worlds, John Cena, so I don't really know how to score you on that. You had a better match the first time out. Your second match, you just kind of survived on your youth. I really don't know. The smart money would be put the belt on Bray, build him up even post-WrestleMania. I don't think they'll do it, because they already screwed themselves by trying to set up him and The Undertaker again in a rematch that no one cared to see in the first place. Honestly, was anybody clamoring to ever see those two wrestle again? After a very, very average Undertaker run-of-the-mill match at WrestleMania?
Yeah,
Was it not like every other Undertaker Mania match? There was no sense of drama that he was going to lose another one.
Yeah, I don't see it. I just.
What are your guys' picks for your 8th?
Oh, my 8, pretty much close to yours, I would think. I would think they were going to bring back like either a legend or someone like a surprise. I think there's going to be a surprise.
I want a surprise.
Yeah, I think people want to see someone kind of come out of nowhere and get close.
That's why it would be Chris Jericho.
Leilani
Kai, she gets close to winning the title. She gets to like the semifinal or finals and loses. That's what I'd like to see.
Legitimately beat all the heavyweights they have. Nicole Bass.
Yeah, she was tough. Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, can we get that? Can we get someone that comes out of the past and gets so close to winning the title and they lose in like the semifinals?
Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Shamrock.
Oh,
hey, he wants a job. He's only $200.
Tell me that wouldn't be interesting.
That'd be incredible.
The world's most dangerous man. Just to see him belly to belly Roman Reigns and make him tap to the ankle lock would make me extremely happy.
Well, wouldn't that be awesome to see someone come out and almost win the thing? But they lose, but you get behind them again because they're back.
Like Diesel in the Rumble, and then I was really sad when he got thrown out.
R-Truth's going to do it.
You know what? R-Truth, the guy could wrestle. But they gave him some stupid comedic gimmicks. He had a world title shot.
I got the guy to do it.
Booker T.
No, the Brooklyn Brawler, Steve Lombardi.
Yes.
He's going to come back. He's going to put a cigar in someone's eye when the ref's not looking, and he's going to win this thing.
Steve Blackman.
Oh, jeez.
Would you fight the guy?
They never let him do all the martial arts that he could do, though.
No, because he would kill someone.
I know, but they could have did so much more of that, and they didn't.
Someone picked a fight with him. I forget who it was, and it was a heavyweight. He beat the holy high hell out of them.
We all need a little head cheese every now and then.
Yes, right, we do.
But he was one that had no charisma either. Nothing.
Well, no. That's why we need managers. Honestly, look at Jack Swagger. He was okay. He was serviceable when he had Zeb Colter. Now Zeb Colter's with Del Rio. I guess they forgot the whole anti-Mexican sentiment he had at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and
the WWE brain injuries.
They have a short. Well, that and they have a very short memory. Like they told us, remember at WrestleMania 27 that The Undertaker and Triple H had never fought each other at WrestleMania previously. I'm like, I was still around for this. It was 10 years ago, but I was there.
It's like,
11 years ago at that point.
It was 17.
17, yeah. Okay, it was 10 years then.
Selective memory.
That's a possibility, too. What if there's absolutely nobody and they have to put Triple H in this?
Yes! Shane McMahon.
No, we won Shane McMahon, but it's not going to happen.
I think there's going to be
some had a bad match.
No, never had a bad one. Of all 12 or 13 of them there were, never had a bad match.
I'm still waiting for the Career of Shane McMahon DVD.
I know.
I buy it too.
You can't say he wasn't entertaining. I mean, he wasn't, he's not your Dean Malenko or, Frank Gotch technical wrestler, but, the guy could have a good match.
The guy killed himself in the ring every time he was in there. You can't say that. He didn't.
I really miss Arn Anderson. I'm just thinking, I want to watch
him back.
I would
Magnum TA.
Everybody, the whole NWA. I loved Arn Anderson wrestling, though. He was
great. What about
that
guy that Diesel ripped the leg off of at Good Friends, Better Enemies versus Shawn Michaels? Mad Dog Vachon. Oh, he might as well with all the handicaps you're bringing up for this match.
Oh, my goodness.
Magnum TA can't wrestle. He's been injured since 80.
Well,
he's had time to heal.
It was 86, I'm sorry, but...
It was 86?
Yeah. Wow. I like to see a Legends show where the wrestling is the Legends. It's like the guys that can still kind of go and, be fun to see them come back. I think that could be something on the network.
Armstrong. Any
Armstrong will do. Just as long as there's an Armstrong in the tournament.
Ooh, here's a possible name that I don't think would get done. Kurt Angle.
Oh.
That'd be a heck of a surprise. And I think he would leave TNA in a heartbeat if they, ask him to come back. Imagine that, though.
Too. Because really, what could the buyout of his TNA contract be, honestly? It has to be less than $1 million.
Oh, my goodness.
They can afford it.
Yeah, probably. I would think $100K or less.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
You kidding me? You could pass the hat around on something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
That'd be cool.
Honestly, he could carry you to WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's new again there.
Yeah.
TNA,
and
it's so overdone and
still.
fans
would love that. They'd be on to him. They'd sell Kurt. They'd buy Kurt Angle merchandise that they never would have back in his earlier run.
The message boards and pages would be people would be emailing each other, texting. Oh, it wouldn't end. Kurt Angle's back. Kurt Angle's back. Hooray!
We're not going to see Batista because of his movie career. We know that. Peach, who you got? Who's in it and who's winning it?
Who's winning it?
Rene Goulet.
Yes. Renee Young. Yes. She's so lovely.
While I wasn't...
she is so lovely.
While I was at the mall last Thursday, this woman had to put the kibosh on her husband's dream of having Kane win the belt. She said, they're not going to put the belt on Kane. He's too damn old.
They not.
Laser.
And he was like crestfallen. He's like, well, you got to put it on the best heel they got. And she's like, who? He's like, Kane. I'm like, Kane? Yeah. Kane was kind of operating as a face the last I checked. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they're doing like the whole like identity confusion.
If Kane is the best heel you have problems.
I got to go out on a major limb. I'm just gonna say Reigns. They don't know what they're doing. Why not? They're gonna line it up in the.
But my question is,
they're gonna line it up. They're gonna line up the gun.
Is that playing it too
and they're
safe?
Gonna spin the gun around, and shoot themselves in the face.
Well, that's what I'm thinking though, because Reigns is such the safe bet that they're going to outfox themselves and pick someone else and just completely botch everything. Someone is gonna turn heel. Someone's gonna turn face. No one's gonna get behind the guy that turns face, and the heel's not gonna work out either. It's going to be ridiculous.
Stark's going to go down.
It's going to be an interesting pay-per-view. Now,
here's my question. Why couldn't Roman Reigns have torn his ACL?
That'd be easy.
That'd be convenient for all of us.
Yeah.
I think everyone's begging for someone to pull a Tanya Harding before this match.
They
could.
Think of all. Has there ever been a wrestler that no one wanted to be world champion more, except when I didn't want Daniel Bryan to ever just wear any kind of gold ever? Has there ever been a wrestler that the wrestling community has hated so much they never wanted a world title put on him? Besides David Arquette, if they had known.
Yeah, that's true.
Think about it. Has there ever been such a backlash and such a vitriol about making a guy a world champion that hasn't deserved it in the fans' eyes?
Vince Russo.
No, I remember. I remember like Cena versus RVD at ECW shows, but RVD was going for
RVD was the challenger. But has there ever been somebody getting a push that no one wanted? It wasn't a push; it was a rape. I'm sorry, that was horrible.
Well, I would think
Iron Sheik.
Yeah, could be.
But he was such a heel back then. But he could at least
Mabel from Men on a Mission, folks. When he fought Diesel in '95.
There were Diesel fans, or there were Mabel fans.
Not that many, maybe 10.
Well, Diesel was hot back then, though.
Men on a Mission. What was the mission, though?
I'm not sure. Although I think we're going to see maybe Reigns win and then Sheamus snatch it away. Then we're left with a main event at WrestleMania of Reigns versus Sheamus. You want to talk about bad box office, you better build up the rest of that card to the sky, because there ain't nobody buying a ticket to that.
So your pick is?
My pick is Dean Ambrose. I don't know why I'm picking that, but that's
Reigns to win.
And I honestly don't know. I would just say...
I'm going to say that one more time because I don't think that was loud enough. Reigns to win.
Okay.
I'd rather see Bray Wyatt, but I know they won't do it. Personally, honestly, if I had my way, I'd give the belt to Jericho and have him never lose for like 2 years.
He's getting up there too, huh?
Doesn't matter.
Goldberg's gonna be almost 50.
Oh yeah.
If he's gonna come back, I don't see that.
Jake Roberts, Razor Ramon,
the bad guy. One more round.
Diesel's in his 50s. Kevin Nash is in his 50s. Taker's 50. Sting's 55.
Is this crazy?
Sting's 57, isn't he?
He's not that old.
No, he's
not pushing 60.
He's 55.
He's pushing 60?
He's 55, yeah.
I'll look it up. I think around there. Maybe a little bit younger.
63. Piper died younger than Flair and Hogan.
Isn't that crazy? Like, Piper, Andre, Savage, and the Warrior are all gone. Like, those are the big... Besides Hogan, like, that's
the box office guys, yeah. Rude. Guys that could have been bigger, yeah.
That whole crew, man, it's scary. They're all gone.
Hart, yeah. I wonder about Bret Hart's health complications too, with the orbital bone and everything too. In later years, in 20 years.
He's not looking so good anymore. I mean,
he's almost 62. He has to be 58.
I'm surprised Lex Luger's still alive.
No, he can't be 58. Bret Hart's probably about 53.
Luger looks really rough. I feel bad for him, man. He's in rough
Scott
shape.
Steiner's getting up there too.
Yeah, he's still going though.
Although that would be a surprise for you that you'd actually care about.
Steiner coming back?
Yeah.
I love when he went to Madison Square Garden and just lit up that place at Survivor Series 2002. I'm like, here's one of the biggest WWE guys of all time. And he's just, Madison Square Garden is like screaming his name. I mean, that was unbelievable. And then that whole feud with him and Triple H wasn't too great.
Well, no, it was how it was booked, too. I mean, my guys were doing weightlifting competitions in the ring.
I would have had him go right after Austin. I mean, that would have made sense to me. But I don't think Austin at the time could go.
Well, the problem with Austin was, let's be honest, they protected Austin. There were few people, like Austin always had to come out of it looking like a bigger badass, and the only person that ever pushed him a little bit was Triple H. Every other feud, Austin looked like such a tough guy, and the heel had to win so cowardly, there was no other way to build him up.
Yeah.
By the way, screw you, Steve Austin. WWE 2K16 is based entirely around your career, which is probably why the roster sucks. You didn't feud with anybody I wanted to be in the game. There's no Psycho Sid, there's no RVD, and there's no Rave, and I hate you.
Why is Mikey Whipwreck in it?
Because he feuded with Austin. That's the only reason that he's in it.
Wow.
In ECW. That is literally the only reason anybody even cares about Mikey Whipwreck being in the game.
So basically the whole game's off of Austin, like you said.
Of his career.
So then they have all the wrestlers that...
current guys, just because they're forced to play.
I wonder why Savio Vega's in it. I'm like, why is Vega in it?
Yeah, that was the match where he almost got his legs chopped out from under him and he debuted the stunner.
They don't have a lot of conquistadors in it, so I'm not interested in it.
The Boricuas or the Conquistadors?
No,
They're two different teams.
Yeah, Conquistadors.
Those Boricuas. Yeah, why not?
DOA.
Why can't they just make a game that's either Legends, whatever, with everybody? Like, just everybody. As many as you can get.
Rules.
I mean, I'm sure, like, the Berserker and them will come cheap. I mean...
Huss.
No.
Eric Embry.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. You know what they should do? They should do a territory game, too.
Hey, Scott Norton's only 53. He could show up at Survivor Series.
Scott Norton? Hey, I wouldn't put it past him.
Compared to the rest of the roster, I mean, let's be honest, we'd want that to happen.
We would. We'd actually get excited for that.
Actually, I gotta be honest, of the 8 that I named, I don't want any of them to win. I'll put it out there right now. Even my pick, I don't want them to win. It's just my pick. I'm picking with my head, and I don't care.
It's frustrating. Well, I think this has been a good discussion.
That was a good discussion.